What's up, my reseller friends? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Sabrina. I thrift to resell on eBay, Poshmark, and Mercari. I'm a full-time reseller. Today's video, I'm going to talk a little bit more about Mercari. I do have a few other videos that I recently came out with when I talked about the changes that Mercari made. And basically, just to sum those up, my opinion on it was that I didn't think it was going to be a good thing. But I will say, though, now that some time has gone by, I won't say that necessarily was a good thing or a bad thing from my own point of view. I have not gotten any returns opened on me. And I also didn't really see a decrease in sales. I didn't see an increase, but I feel like it's been about consistent as to what it's been before. And since it's consistent and I'm not paying fees, it actually seems like maybe it's been a better thing for me. There have been some people who have been saying that they have not gotten a single sale since Mercari made their changes. So I don't know. I guess maybe it just depends on what types of things you're selling, what type of reputation you have on Mercari. Maybe some people are willing to pay the extra fee if they know that they're buying from someone who's been on the platform for a long time, has good feedback and all that kind of stuff. They feel that they can trust them a little bit better. Because I'm going to say, as a shopper myself on Mercari, I am also a Mercari buyer, not just a seller. I buy stuff on there all the time. Is that I have dealt with a lot of not so good sellers where like maybe they take forever to ship, or maybe the item arrived not as described, or most importantly, the one that's the most common is they never even ship the item at all. So those are things that can be very frustrating. So I think that maybe sometimes buyers, if they see that someone's a little bit more established on Mercari, they may not feel bad about paying the extra fee, right? Because they feel safe enough to order from that person. So I would say if you're a new seller and you're not getting very many sales, just keep at it. And it takes a while to build up a store sometimes. When you're new to certain platforms, the sales aren't going to come rolling in. And there's many reasons why that could be the case. But I would just say have patience, hold on, and just keep listing and just keep striving to be the best seller. That way you can get some great feedback left for you. That way you could build up a great profile and a great little store for yourself. But Mercari did recently announce to us that they are now doing away with the returns, which I don't know, it's weird because I'm surprised by it, but I'm also not surprised by it. But I will say that this inconsistency with Mercari, I feel, is a bit scary as somebody who does sell on there and does make a nice little decent profit from selling on Mercari. I do find that to be kind of scary because it just feels very, they seem to be very unpredictable, and I don't really like that. So the fact that they're bouncing around back and forth like this feels a bit nerve-wracking, to be honest. But like I said in some of my other videos, the fact that they made this change to begin with a couple months ago, this dramatic change, really should be a huge red flag that maybe Mercari's not in the best spot right now. So we should just prepare our hearts and our minds and our souls for perhaps Mercari just not doing well, and we shouldn't rely on that platform. So my recommendation is, if you are selling on Mercari, you should probably start thinking of other platforms to list on. And if you're not on eBay, I highly recommend that you get on eBay because they've been around the longest. They have the larger customer base, really, when it comes down to it. So you're going to get more sales if you're listing on eBay. I know that sometimes the whole eBay thing can be kind of scary, especially when you hear a lot of horror stories, which I actually have a couple of videos coming up that are going to be like kind of horror stories a little bit. But just know that that's not like all of what eBay is about. You are going to come across obstacles like you would in anything that you do, pretty much, right? I mean, no matter what we do, there's always going to be ups and downs in it. Like, there's nothing in life that's just like perfect and that's like always guaranteed, right? But I do think that if you are kind of on the fence, or if you're thinking of maybe trying eBay, but you're just not sure, you're kind of scared, I would definitely jump into it. Start to teach yourself. Most importantly, learn your shipping first. You have to understand shipping to sell on eBay, because you'll lose some money in the beginning if you don't understand eBay, and it's stuff that can be avoidable. So that's just my advice. If you're not on eBay, you love reselling, get yourself on eBay, start to learn it. Maybe just list a few things that you have, just to start off with, just to like get your feet wet a little bit and just see how you feel about eBay. And just don't be intimidated, and don't let like the horror stories that you hear from other eBayers, kind of like me and my horror stories I have coming up, don't let that be like something that's going to keep you away, right? Because there's always things that you can do and you can learn about, and sometimes you just got to face them once you get to that point. But it's okay, because the payoff, I feel, is a much, much, much higher than any sort of negative thing that comes from selling. But yeah, so getting back to Mercari and their changes, they have not said anything about reversing the fact that us sellers don't have to pay the fees. In fact, I just went onto Mercari right now and I double checked, and it does show on there, they're still advertising that they're like the only platform that sellers don't have to pay fees on. So they seem to be very proud of that, and they're really marketing that, which I find kind of weird, because like I would think that they would try to be like bringing in buyers, but it seems like they're trying to bring in sellers, which I find to be kind of odd. I do not work for Mercari, so I don't know. Maybe they do have more buyers than they do sellers. Maybe they really do need to get more people selling on the platform. I mean, I don't know, but that does seem to be where they stand right now. They seem to be wanting to pull in more sellers. So as of right now, I'm not too worried about us losing our zero fees thing, but I still have it in the back of my mind that it could happen, because I mean, they seem to just easily pull the rug from under our feet with the whole returns thing that just came out of nowhere, right? At least they gave us a warning this time. I forget what date they said it goes into effect. It may already be the case. I don't know. Even though I shop on all of these platforms like eBay, Posh, Mercari, I'm not the type of person that likes to open returns, even if it's something that's available to me. Maybe it's just because I'm a seller myself, and I know, so I feel bad. I have opened returns before, but there's just, normally I try not to. There has been times where I've ordered something online, I received it broken or damaged or something like that, and normally that's the only time that I really like make a fuss about stuff, or if something never arrives or they never ship it or something like that. But for the most part, I like to know I can return something if I want to. That feels good and makes me feel better about ordering, but I typically don't return things. I like rather just like, especially if it's something that's why I can never understand. Somebody opened a return on me recently for a little watch. It was like a cheap little watch that didn't work. It was a vintage one. I put on there that the watch doesn't work. I'm not a technician, so I don't know if battery changing it's going to repair it or whatever. I don't know. But it was $10 plus like $4 shipping, right? So total they paid $14 for it. They opened a return, and they said the reason for the return is that they found another one for cheaper. So yeah, they found one that was cheaper than 14, so they opened the return. I'm just like, really? Like, who does that? Like, how are you that cheap? It's like you've already like paid for it. I've already shipped it. You've already received it. You only paid $14 total. But guess what? When I did do the return, I did not return the original cost of shipping. So they still had to pay that $4 for shipping. So, I mean, I really don't know like how much like cheaper they could have found it, but I'm just glad that they didn't open like an item not described or something like that on me. So I'm fine with it or whatever. But so basically what I was getting at, as a buyer myself, I really don't care so much about the returns. I like I said, I like it, but it's not like that important to me. I rather like not have to pay fees than having the returns available. But I don't know. And I would love to know what all of you guys think is the reason why Mercari has gone back on this and is now saying that they are not accepting returns. They will still accept returns as they used to. Like, let's say the item arrives not as described, or there's a problem or something like that. They will still let you open up a case and you have to upload pictures, and they'll review it, and then they'll decide if they want to allow you to return it. They're going back to that only, but you can't just simply open a return anymore just because you've changed your mind or you just don't like it, right? That's not going to be an option anymore. Anyways, I do not know why they've gone back on it. The only thing that I can think of is perhaps it's been a problem. Like maybe too many people are opening up returns. Maybe too many people were taking advantage of the returns. It's like, I feel like there's probably people that are using Mercari. I know they do it on eBay, where they buy the items and they wear them and use them and then return it. It's like a loaner. And, you know, some people may not mind if like they get charged a fee or whatever, but that they can return it and get most of their money back and use the item. I don't know, but it just feels really, really weird that they went back on it. Like I said, I haven't gotten any returns opening on me since they've made the change. So like it really hasn't really affected me at all. I'm sure that if they decided to have kept this the way it was and still allowed people to do returns, I know I would have eventually gotten some returns open on me. It's gonna happen. And then I would have been all angry about it at the time. But like right now, I'm just like, wow, I can't believe I feel like I kind of like dodged a bullet right there. I never had to do a return once, you know, that was going on. But yeah, that's everything that I have to say about it. Let me know in the comments below what you think. I'm sorry I haven't posted a video in a while. I've actually been having this like stupid head cold that's been like not going away. You know those colds that just like linger. So I haven't been really like fully been feeling myself, and I haven't been feeling like inspired or like motivated to make videos. But not only that, I've been really focused a lot on really dedicating my time to my business and a little less on other things like my YouTube channel. You know, it's just, I gotta go where I can make the money for my business, and that's where it's been. I've just really been like focused on that, especially since I just haven't been feeling good, you know, and it's just like, just wasn't myself. It was a really good distraction to be like working on my listings and stuff like that. So I've just been really focused on that. I do have a couple of videos coming up that I have planned to film and already get loaded up onto YouTube and schedule them to be listed within the next couple weeks. So basically those things, I wrote them down right here. I am gonna have a come ship with me video coming up in a couple days. And then on the following week, what's the other one that I'm gonna have? I'm gonna talk about a situation that I had where I made a mistake and I put the wrong label on. I switched the labels on 2 packages, and one of them, it's really complicated because one of them was an international sale. Can you believe my bad luck there, guys? It was an international sale. It was going to eBay's hub. So I ended up having to call eBay. So the video is just gonna be like what happened, what I ended up doing. And I thought it was important to make a video on that just in case you're ever in a situation like that, you'll know what to do. And then I have another video coming out after that that has to do with a buyer who opened up a return. Now, most of my items on my eBay store are free returns, but I would say a good 5% of my store, only 5%, I do have buyer pays return. And that's on the types of things that have high return rates, basically. So it's like shoes and jeans and dresses and stuff like that. Especially if it weighs over a pound, because those things, for me personally, I get a lot of returns for those types of items. So those types of items, I do have buyer pays for a return. So I did have somebody who opened up a return on one of those items that I had buyer pays return, and they selected that the item arrived damaged, and they took pictures of a rip in the skirt, which I know that I did not ship that skirt with the rip, but I'm still like the type of person that's always like, I gotta give this buyer the benefit of the doubt. And then it arrived and there was no rip on the skirt. So I know that she opened that up so that she wouldn't have to pay for the return back. So I did contact eBay about this, and I learned something new. And I'm gonna talk about that in the video, because it's just good information to know when you're in these types of situations, right? Everybody feels like eBay doesn't take your side and that they're not going to do anything to help you, but there really are things that you can do. So we're going to talk a little bit about that. And then after that, I'm actually going to be taking a break from YouTube for about a week. And then yeah. So that's what I've got coming up in the future. Thank you so much, everyone, for watching this video. And never forget that when you thrift upon a star, all your dreams will come true. I'll see you all next time. Bye.
Bueno.
What's up?
Nothing. I didn't know you were filming.
I told you I was.
Oh, I didn't hear you.
I did. I went in there. I said I'm going to be filming some videos. It's okay, though. What's up?
Hopefully my song wasn't coming out on there.
I didn't
was
even...
singing.
No.
Love you.
Love you, too. I'm going to edit you into the
What
video.
time do you pick up?